Hello students, today we are going to start with chapter 4, that is chemical kinetics of 12th class board exams. This chapter belongs to physical chemistry and you can expect definitions, graph or graph based questions, numericals or certain theory questions from this chapter. We know chemistry is all about the reaction, but for any chemical reaction, chemists try to find out three factors. First is the feasibility. Second is the extent to which reaction will proceed. And lastly, the speed or the rate at which the reaction proceeds. Now, the feasibility of any reaction is decided by thermodynamics branch, that is del G. Using del G, we can find out whether the reaction is feasible or not. The extent to which reaction will proceed is determined by its equilibrium, that with how much reaction will forward to give the product, that equilibrium decides, and the speed or the rate, that is decided by the chemical kinetics. So kinetics is the branch which tells us the speed or the rate at which the reaction proceeds. The word kinetics comes from kinesis, which means movement. Like we know that coal can be converted to diamond or graphite can be converted to diamond. But is it possible that diamond can be converted back to graphite? Now thermodynamic data indicates that the diamond shall convert to graphite, but in reality the conversion rate is so slow that the change is not possible at all. So it is the kinetics which tells us that diamond cannot be converted to graphite. Kinetic studies not only help us to determine the speed or the rate of a chemical reaction, but also describes the condition by which the reaction rate can be altered. The factors such as concentration, temperature, pressure and catalyst affect the rate of reaction. So overall, I can say that chemical kinetics is that branch of chemistry which deal with rate of various chemical reaction, whether it will occur with a faster rate, whether it occur with a slower rate, or it will not occur at all, as well as it tells us the factors which are affecting the rate of reaction. What are the factors affecting rate of reaction? Such as concentration, temperature, pressure, catalyst, etc. That branch of chemistry which studies all these things is what we call as chemical kinetics. Now, since in this chapter we are going to study the rate or the speed of a chemical reaction, depending on the rate of a chemical reaction, we can classify the reactions into three types: extremely slow, moderate reaction, or instantaneous reaction. What I mean by extremely slow reaction? The one which proceeds at a slow rate. How much slow? That it may take several months, days, or even years for completion. For example, the formation of fossil fuels. We know fossil fuel takes years and centuries to complete. Or even the rusting of iron. It takes days to complete this reaction. Moderate reaction. Moderate reaction means the one which will proceed at a moderate rate. For example, esterification reaction. This proceeds at a moderate rate. Third is instantaneous reaction, the one which proceeds very fast. The reaction occurs within fraction of seconds. This you must have observed in the lab, that during the salt analysis or any other type of chemical reaction which you perform in the lab, the reaction occurs within seconds. Like if you mix sodium chloride and silver nitrate, within fraction of second you get white color precipitate of silver nitrate, and sodium nitrate is formed. So this is an example of instantaneous reaction. All combustion reactions, they are instantaneous reactions. So in this chapter, we are not going to study extremely slow or moderate reaction. Our focus will be totally on instantaneous reaction. Since we are going to deal with instantaneous reaction, that is the reactions which occur very fast, obviously the rate of a chemical reaction will be a great factor or an important factor that we have to consider. Now what do you mean by rate of a chemical reaction? From this chapter, as I already told you, each and every definition will be important one. So what do you mean by rate of a chemical reaction? The change in molar concentration of reactant or product per unit time. Now as the reaction proceeds, the change in the concentration of reactant and product will vary. The reactants, their concentration will decrease, and the products, their concentration will increase. And therefore, the rate of reaction can be given as dx upon dt, where dx upon dt will represent the rate. That is equal to minus del R upon del T. Now here R represents for the reaction and negative sign indicates that the reactant, their concentration is decreasing. That is equal to plus del P upon del T. That is the change in the molar concentration upon the given time. Since the reactants, their concentration decreases, therefore we indicate it with minus sign, and since the product, their concentration increases, therefore indicate with plus sign. So just now we have seen that if any reactant is getting converted to product, its rate can be given as the change in the molar concentration of reactant or change in the molar concentration of product. Remember one thing, by whatever amount the reactants, their concentration is decreasing, by the same amount their product, their concentration will increase. This was a very simple reaction. Now suppose there is any reaction which has a stoichiometric coefficient. For example, A plus B giving CC, where A, B and C, they represent the number of moles. In that case, how we can define the rate? So here rate will be equal to dx upon dt, that is equal to minus 1 by A del A upon dt, that is equal to minus 1 upon B del B upon del T, that is equal to plus 1 by C del C upon del T. So the rate of disappearance of reactant or the rate of appearance of the product per unit time divided by the stoichiometric coefficient, that is what we will call as the rate of chemical reaction. The stoichiometry will be divided term. Let us take one example. Nitrogen reacting with hydrogen to give ammonia. Now suppose I want to find out the rate for this reaction. So it will be rate equals to dx upon dt, that is equal to minus del N2 upon del T. Now here the square bracket indicates the molar concentration, minus indicates that the concentration of nitrogen is decreasing, that is equal to minus del hydrogen upon del T. But since there is a stoichiometry, we will take in consideration the rate in the decrease in the molar concentration of reactant is equal to the rate of appearance of the product, and therefore this will be in plus sign. We will consider stoichiometry. So overall the rate of reaction for the formation of ammonia can be represented by this equation. How we can calculate the unit of rate of reaction? It's the concentration per unit time. So what is the unit of concentration? Mole per liter. So mole liter inverse upon time. So second inverse. This is the unit of rate of reaction. The units can be asked in the MCQ questions. For all the instantaneous reaction occurring, initially the rate is very fast and then slowly it slows down. As the reaction proceeds, the rate of the reaction slows down. So we need to calculate the average rate of reaction. We can calculate the average rate of reaction by plotting a graph of time against change in the concentration of reactant. As we know, as the reaction proceeds, the rate of reaction will decrease and therefore the graph will take a slope towards downside. For calculating the average rate, I need to consider 2 time units and their corresponding concentrations. So from the graph it is very clear that at T1 time, generally T1 time is the less time and T2 will be the higher time. Okay, so at T1 time the concentration of the reactant is higher and at T2 time the concentration of the reactant is lower. So the average rate can be calculated as C2 minus C1 upon T2 minus T1. Since it is decreasing, we will use minus sign, or it will be minus del C, that is the change in the molar concentration of the reactant, upon del T. Remember, the negative sign, it indicates decrease in concentration. We can also calculate the average rate of reaction by plotting the graph for the products. Here we have plotted it for the reactant. Again same, we'll plot it of time against the molar concentration of product. As the reaction proceeds, the concentration of product increases and therefore the graph takes an increasing slope. Now suppose I want to find out how much product is formed at T1 and at T2. Let's say I want to find out how much product is formed after 20 seconds of reaction and how much product is formed after 40 seconds of reaction. Then I will use T1 and T2. So here the product concentration, let it consider as P1 and at T2 it will be P2. So the average rate with respect to product will be P2 minus P1 upon T2 minus T1. Remember, always it is a final minus initial and therefore this will be del P upon del T. That is the change in the molar concentration of product upon unit time. Now remember one difference here. D indicates the smaller changes and del indicates the large changes. Like suppose I want to find out the change in hardly 2 seconds, then I will use D. But if I want to find out the change in 20 seconds or let's say 20 minutes or 40 minutes, then we are using del, that is for the larger changes. So that was how we can calculate the average rate of reaction. But suppose we want to find out instantaneous rate of reaction. That means at a particular interval of time. Suppose I want to find out how much reaction has taken place or what is the rate of the reaction. Let's say after 30 seconds, then I will use instantaneous rate of reaction. That can be also calculated by using the graph of concentration of reactant against time. As we know, the nature of the graph, and let's say I want to find out how much reaction has completed, let's say after 25 seconds. So for here, I will plot a tangent, and by taking the slope of this tangent, we can find out the instantaneous rate. Similarly, we can use the product concentration for finding out the instantaneous rate. Let's say again I want to find out the instantaneous rate, that is rate at exactly particular time. After let's say 25 seconds, 30 seconds, 10 seconds, but at a particular time. Then we will draw a tangent at that point, and using the slope, we can find out the instantaneous rate. At the starting of the video, I have told you people that chemical kinetics is that branch which will tell us what are the factors affecting the rate of the reaction. So let us study what are the factors affecting the rate of reaction. Obviously, the very first factor is molar concentration of reactant. Molar concentration of reactant is directly proportional to rate of reaction. So, as the time passes, rate of reaction will decrease as the molar concentration of reactant decreases. For example, wood burns slowly in the air, but instead of air we are using pure oxygen. Then the concentration of oxygen is more in the air and therefore wood will burn faster in presence of pure oxygen rather than in air. The second factor is temperature. Temperature is also directly proportional to rate of reaction. Now here there is one very interesting thing, that whether it is exothermic reaction or whether it is endothermic reaction, irrespective of that, for every 10 degrees Celsius rise in temperature, the rate of the reaction exactly doubles. Like suppose at 50 degrees Celsius, whatever is the rate of reaction, if we increase it to 60 degrees Celsius, the rate of reaction will be double. The third factor is surface area. Surface area is also directly proportional to the rate of reaction. More the surface area, more will be rate of reaction, and therefore all finely divided substances or finely powdered substances, if they are used in reaction, faster will be the rate of reaction. For example, a crystal of sugar may take little bit time to dissolve in water. But on the other hand, if we dissolve grinded sugar in water, it will dissolve faster in water. So finely divided or powdered substance, if we are using it for a reaction will occur at a faster rate. Like a log of wood, it will burn slowly as compared to small pieces of wood. Next factor is catalyst. We know that presence of catalyst increases the rate of reaction. For example, the decomposition of potassium chlorate may take 4 to 5 hours, but if we use a catalyst like manganese dioxide, same reaction can be completed within few minutes. So if we are using catalyst, it will increase the rate of reaction. Next is intensity of radiation. Now intensity of radiation, this factor is basically used for photochemical reactions. That means this factor basically affects those reactions which occur in the presence of light. For example, hydrogen reacts with chlorine to give HCl. Now this reaction is slow in dark, but if we carry out this reaction in presence of light, so the rate of reaction increases. Coming to the last factor, that is the pressure. Pressure, that is also directly proportional to rate of reaction. So in today's video, we have studied the basic introduction of chemical kinetics, as well as we have studied what are the factors affecting the rate of reaction. That's all for the day. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.